played, I know how to filter out the entertainment from, things that I need to either drive me or motivate me to move forward. And, as of now, I'm older. I had some time off with the injury, so I was able to, listen to more music and develop those projects with my team, with Isan Bolden. But it's just been fun. It's been fun to connect with artists, see their passion, see what else they're into when they're, out of their craftsmanship and not working on music, and see what they like or engage in, help them with their music. And so I think that bridge is always there between professional players or, music artists. People like to listen to music before they game, or artists like to play sports. So it's been fun for me.
Hey, Kawhi, over here. How have you felt about how Lawrence Frank and the front office has rebuilt the team around, or kind of fit around you and PG?
I think he's done a great job. We got a lot of talented wings on our team that it could play both ways. Dribble, shoot the ball, be able to, guard multiple positions. And I think that's what you need right now in this NBA. Guys that could guard and just switch and be able to knock down open shots. And, we'll see how it unfolds this year, but I'm excited. We got training camp tomorrow.
Farbad.
Hey, Kawhi. Going back to the NBA 75, I'd spoken to Dr. J during the offseason. He told me you were his favorite player in the NBA, and that he wanted to be kind of a mentor to you if that's, something you'd be open to. Just curious what your reaction is to that, or if you've had that kind of conversation with him at all.
Yeah. Before you telling me that, I had conversations with him before, how he admired my game, who I was as an individual. And, I spoke to him at the All-Star game. We connected, took pictures, asked him about, like I said before, what he is into right now, or how he spends his time. As time goes on, I feel like that relationship will get stronger. And it's an honor for him to tell me that. He's one of the guys I looked up to or watched highlights of growing up, trying to pattern my game after him, how he uses the ball to manipulate defenders, and just his drive to win. He won in the ABA, and he had that monkey on his back throughout the NBA, and he was able to win. And I just look at people's stories like that and try to interpret it into my own life. So, but hopefully a relationship could build.
Hey, Kawhi, what was it like watching over here? What was it like watching those guys battle, your teammates battle last year without you and PG? And how excited does that make you to come back and rejoin that group?
It was amazing, especially with some of those comeback wins or some of those games where people thought they were for sure losses. They came in and fought hard and either strung out the game to be longer than what it was supposed to be, or won the game. And, it just shows their competitive nature, their mindset, that they didn't want to give up. They could have just laid down and, bummed the season. But without the play-in tournament, we would have made the playoffs. So I think that shows, who they are as individuals. And I think we could, I could come in and help with that and help us win more games. And, PG's healthy. We got John. So we got to see how it all unfolds, like I said before.
Tamir.
Hey, Kawhi. Good to see you. I was just wondering, it's been a while since we last talked to you. Thoughts on Norman Powell? He didn't play that much last year, but showed flashes of, being good. Robert Covington and John Wall. What are your thoughts on those additions to this team?
I think Norm's good. He's could play both ends of the floor. He's good at on-ball defense. Definitely could shoot. He's improved his scoring, his passing since I played with him with the Raptors. And Covington just, brings us another guy that could guard multiple positions and stretch that floor out for us. And John, all I could really go back is the 2 years when I seen him against us versus Houston. He was playing well. That's the last time I probably seen him in person in a live game action, other than the practices here. But he's been looking great. So let's put it all on the floor and see what we could do. Like I said, we got a lot of talent here, and I think we can make something happen.
Andrew, and then let's get the mic up to Ohm.
We talked with Lawrence last week, and he mentioned that your recovery is a step-by-step process, and you guys are going to go through it together as team and you. Like, what step are you at right now in terms of how close you are to getting on the court in uniform?
The plan is tomorrow to start training camp. So for me individually, I'll be participating in training camp. So and then from there, just seeing how my progression is, how I feel. What I'm not feeling, is it moving correctly, and just keep going from there, just gradually building up. But right now I feel good, and the plan is to start camp tomorrow and play.
Yeah, let's get the mic to Ohm in the first, and then Miriam next.
Kawhi, this is year 4 for you and PG since you guys joined forces. You guys couldn't envision all the injuries you had, but how would you define how it's gone for you and PG, and how big is this year for you two, since this is now year 4 for you guys?
It seemed like it went by so fast with, obviously the first year was the COVID year, I would say. Nobody knew what was going to happen. And going into the next season, basically we were, made it to the semifinals, I think, and then I tore my ACL, and then last year didn't play, so now it's our 4th year. I feel like that just made me missing last year, and then that COVID year kind of made time go by quick. But I feel like over the years, with us first being here, you see the gradual improvement of the team, so hopefully we can take another step. That's all I can hope for, really. It's our 4th year, so hopefully, like I said, we could push out of that semis to the finals and try to make something happen.
Miriam?
Hey, Kawhi. Welcome back, man. Are you bigger? Are you stronger?
I feel stronger. Yeah, I feel stronger for sure. It's been, 14, 15 months of no basketball, playing in an NBA season for me, no basketball. So that whole 13, 14-month process is just lifting weights and getting stronger. So I definitely got a lot stronger.
Was there a chance that you would have come back for the playoffs last year had they gotten that far or not?
It's all woulda, coulda, shoulda right now. But, if they would have made it to the finals last year, you would have seen me playing.
And last question, Janice?
Hi, Kawhi. How different will you be on the court?
I'm not sure. Right now, I feel good. In my workouts, weightlifting, I don't feel like I would say I have a subconscious mind of not jumping off my leg or per se. So I feel good. We'll just see how the season goes. And, can't really tell you how that's going to work out.
Last one for you, Kawhi. Jim Hill.
Kawhi, good morning. How you doing, man? Good to see you again. Couple of questions. If there was one thing that you wanted your team to improve on this year, what would that one thing be? And also, how anxious are you to get back on the court and to get back on where you can accomplish the things that so many people think you can?
Just from watching last year, I felt like we had a lot of errors, out of timeouts. So I would say we just need to focus more and be smarter as a unit. I'm always going to say that. I feel like our IQ needs to get a little bit better. And I'm very excited. I missed a whole year last year. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's been 14 months of me just trying to better myself and just focus on my overall body. And, I'm excited. I'm tired of, going through these rehab workouts and listening to doctors and trainers for the most part, even though I'm still going to have to moving forward. But it'll be more basketball involved that'll help me.
Thank you, Kawhi. Thanks. Next up, we have Norm Powell. What's up, Norm? All right, who wants to lead us off with Norm? In the front here?
Hi, Norm. LT Willis, TG Sports. Last year, when the Clippers picked you up, they automatically became a better defensive team. So what is your main focus this year for you as far as the defense is concerned, and how you're going to play?
My main focus is to show that I can go out there and guard multiple positions, and that the team can rely on me defensively when the game's on the line. Being out there in those crucial moments of the game where, T. Lue and the coaches can trust that I'm going to go out there and get them a stop alongside the other guys that I have out there for the defensive lineup.
Hey, Norm, with John with you guys now, does it get you excited that you can kind of toggle between being an off-ball guy, where you can just spot up and shoot and space the floor, and then also in lineups when he's not out there or without Reggie, you can kind of lead the offense and get downhill?
Yeah, definitely. John's a pass-first player. Even playing with him 5-on-5 in the summer, being on this team, he finds the guys with all the attention he puts on the rim. Guys in the right spot, me for spot-up corner threes, which I really like to do. So to be able to be out on the floor with him for pitch aheads, for quick attacks in transition, easy spot-up looks, I think me and Luke will probably have the most wide-open threes we've probably had in our career this year with the way he's able to pass the ball. So I'm definitely excited with that. And then talking to T. Lue about the versatility of our team with John and Reggie. And he asked me a few times if I played a little bit of point guard. So, yeah, I don't mind off the ball, on the ball. I feel like I've developed my game offensively to be able to handle both roles effectively.
Hey, Norm. Anthony Green from Channel 7. You talked about it just a little bit now, but what stood out with just playing with John and on the court, and even just off the court, just having him around the team?
I think the biggest thing is his competitive drive and will. Early, he talks a lot of trash early, but I think it's just the energy that he brings to the game, his pace. Understanding where guys are at. He's always looking to make that pass. I mean, even when he's getting down to the teeth of the defense, he's caught me a couple of times being on the opposite team, think he's about to make the layup, and he kicks it out to my guy last minute for a wide open three. So just that attention to detail and the way he attacks the basket and knowing the game and where guys are going to be at, knowing the rotations of the defense, the finding the open guys for easy looks, whether they make it or not. He's continuing to find those guys in those sweet spots.
Go ahead to Nick here.
Hey, Norm, how you doing? I wanted to ask you, just coming back mentally, how did you go get through that? And then how were you able to balance, rehabbing and not doing too much but not doing too little, just to make sure that you're healthy and ready for this season, and being able to also have some fun coming into this season as well?
Yeah, well, I've done a lot of work since my third year in being in the league with my mental health coach and my life skills coach, David Nurse. I meet with him, I talk to him. He sends me different exercises and things like that throughout the course of the year. And whenever there's obstacles or challenges, he's always pushing me to view it differently and not just get discouraged, but find the positive out of those circumstances. And I was able to do that with the unfortunate injury after my third game. It might have been my second. I think it was third in Dallas. And I was able to do that throughout the course of the rehab, whatever information that they gave me, thinking I was going to be able to come back earlier than not. I found that the enjoying the little things and focusing on other things that I probably didn't have as much attention to from being in the daily grind of the season. And that just spilled over to the summer. I was able to come back, but obviously wasn't at my best coming off the rehab. And so I really made it a point to change my approach in the summer, just from a dietary focus, changing the way I ate, cutting off the snacks, healthier alternatives, to really get my body to where it needs to be to carry out the load of the season, making sure that I was just feeling good and really in the best shape, just not physically on the court, but just mentally. I put a lot of time in taking a step away from basketball, doing some things that I normally don't do and just making me happy, being around friends, family, going on trips that I normally wouldn't go on throughout the course of the summer, just to get away from it, to have some fun. And to reset myself. So I'm definitely happy with the routine changes that I made throughout my summer, and I'm ready for the season.
Law next, and then if you can pass the microphone next to you, to the gentleman in the blue shirt.
Law Murray at The Athletic. Norm, good to see you, man. When you look at this roster, it's you and Kawhi who've been there before as far as winning the championship, and y'all did it together. So with you guys being back together going into this camp, you're obviously in a different place in your career now than you were in Toronto back in 2018, but what parallels do you feel like you have between how you're feeling about this group now and your connection to it and the group that you got in 2018 going into that year?
I think it's a lot of similarities. I mean, just in comparison to the depth of our team. I mean, going into training camp, we had 11, 12 guys that could go and be starters on other teams in this league. We have them all under one uniform, one organization. So I'm definitely excited about that. It's kind of similar. Kawhi coming back off of injury and missing basketball and then starting off a fresh training camp. So there's a lot to look forward to. I think everybody in the organization is excited. There's definitely a buzz around the building. And it's been like that from the start of the summer when I was coming back and forth from Las Vegas, getting some work in with the coaches, playing 5-on-5 with the guys. Everybody's just upbeat and positive, and really feel like this is a great time for us. And I think everybody is really locked in and ready to sacrifice, for that big picture at the end of the year. So this is the time to do it. And if everybody's continues to be on the same page, I think the sky's the limit for us.
Norman.
Yes, sir. Clipper Darrell. See you, man.
Dennis Freeman, the Compton Bulletin newspaper. Norm, what excites you about the roster, and what is your personal goals going into the season?
I think the most exciting thing, I've said it so many times, is the versatility. Offensively and defensively, honestly. I think defensive lineups can be really scary when you look at our roster, from me, Rocco being added, having John out there, and then you got Nico, you got Y and PG. Y back healthy, you can go small ball, you can go big lineups, you can keep the opponents really off balance, which way the coaches can mix it up out there. I think that's the best part about it. Offensively, I think it speaks for itself when you look at the roster and see how many different guys can put the ball in the basket in a multitude of ways. I think the offense is going to take care of itself. But defensively, I think that's where we're going to hang our hats, and where we can give a lot of teams fits throughout the season, especially in the playoffs. And then for myself, I really just have one goal for myself, and that's to be an all-star. And to come into camp to prove that I'm a starting two guard. That's my main focus, and the things that I've had bullet pointed and bold as goals for myself, and obviously help this team win the championship in whatever way that looks for me.
We're going to do two more. Justin?
Hey, Norm. You talked about the mental health coach and, doing things that make you happy. John has talked about, his mental health journey. Rocco's been vocal about his mental health journey. Do you think that, in your opinion, that athletes have been more vocal about mental health more so than they were in the last 5 to 10 years?
I definitely think so. I think we're kind of changing the narrative. I think people and fans from the outside looking in, view us as just athletes, and not as people, and that we're dealing with the same daily struggles and life challenges that they are. Just the difference is that our profession and our bank accounts are a little different, so they feel that we don't have any issues at all. But we still struggle with day-to-day living, day-to-day crises with our families, personal issues, health issues that we have to deal with. And I think we're pushing the envelope and the narrative that we're more than just athletes, as that's been a slogan around the league for a while. now in the last couple of years, and that's the truth. You know, we're all struggling with things that we don't always put out to social media. We don't always say in interviews that we have to step away from the game and deal with it in our daily lives. And I think it's a testament to the players being brave and having the courage to talk about the struggles and to show that we're not perfect and we're all dealing with things behind closed door. And I think it's a way you can motivate others to go out there and seek help and be open about their struggles as well.
Hi, Norm Kelly with KTTV Fox 11. Got to ask, what matchups are you looking forward to most going into the season?
Honestly, I look forward to every matchup as probably as plain or politically correct as that may sound. I'm just excited to be able to be in the Western Conference, and I had a little bit of it in Portland, but it was both half seasons. So I was traded to Portland, was there for half a year, then traded halfway through the year after re-signing with them. But I think being in the West and the tough matchups that every team provides on a nightly basis, and knowing that you have to bring your A game every single time on the floor, you know, you're guarding some of the best guards in this league and in the Western Conference. So I'm excited about every matchup and every team. There's not one team that I have circled probably besides the Raptors on my schedule when I look at it. But besides that, I'm looking forward to playing against everybody.
You didn't ask me, but I'm looking forward to opening night against the Lakers. Norm, you're free. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, stick around. We're going to have Paul George coming up next, I believe. So just give us a second. Thank you. What's up, PG? All right, your next guest, Paul George. Who wants the first question? Jim Hill.
First of all, good to see you again, and I'd like for you to talk about your level of excitement, anticipation, and enthusiasm going into this year, when in the past you've been picked to finish really high, maybe even win the whole thing. It's that this year, and even more so, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at our roster, you look at the health of everyone on this team. It's good. It's good to have that pressure. I think fact of the matter is not a lot of teams get that pressure going into a season. So for us, we honor that. We embrace that. Very excited of what's to come this year. Since I've been here, I think we've yet to put a full, healthy season with everybody in uniform. So a lot of optimism there of what we can accomplish when we're all full strength. So very excited. I think this year is, definitely a great opportunity to win and win big. And I think everybody feels and senses that. So, day one, we're going to get after it.
Waiting for Clipper Darrell to cheer over there. Let's go. In the front row here.
Hey, PG. Chris with Back Sports Page. A couple questions. You're real close with John Wall. How's the relation been as far as that with him? And what can you expect from John this year to help get you guys over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, John is definitely a piece I think was needed. You talk about how much we put on Reg's plate, especially with myself being out more than half of the season and Kawhi missing last season. I think so much was put on Reg's plate to where I think the addition of John will help shoulder a lot of that facilitating and playmaking. And I think what he brings and where the value is so huge for us is his transition game. That was like one of the things teams did against us was crash the boards because there was no transition game from us. They wasn't worried about that. I think with John, his ability to play and sprint up and down and get going and transition, I think kind of keeps teams honest. They can't crash everybody. And he rebounds as well as any guard. So he's definitely a piece that was needed. And I'm excited. That's been a brother of mine for a long time. We came in this league together. And so, I'm happy that I'm sure the Clipper Nation will embrace him. And this will be a great home for him.
Farbod, and then we'll come to Law.
We saw you and Kawhi. There we go. Hey, PG, we saw you and Kawhi kind of pose together over there and laughing and have a good time. How excited are you to play with him again this season after not being able to at all last season?
Yeah, I mean, real excited. I'm more excited, obviously, of him being healthy. That's first and foremost. I've seen his whole work throughout the second he got injured to the work he put into this offseason, going into this season. I've been in that position of being out and having to rehab a whole season. So, I got to watch, from the outside to see how much work he put into this year. Really excited for him to get a chance to do what he loves to do and get back on the court. Obviously, after that, it's excitement of getting to play with, the best two-way player in the game. And, it's just excitement, stepping back on that floor, being full strength, both of us healthy again. I think, it's back to what Clipper Darrell envisioned when we first got here. You get a chance to see it again. So, we're excited about that.
Law.
I got you, dog.
Law Murray with The Athletic. Good to see you, man. Wave spending again on Media Day. It's been a few years. You and Kawhi, this is year 4 together. And obviously when y'all got here, standing on a stage like this, it was, y'all were new, but it was y'all team in a way. But things are different now. And Lawrence was praising the leadership that y'all two showed over the offseason, getting guys together. The season didn't end the way that you wanted. You weren't able to play in the game that the team was eliminated in. Mm-hmm. What was that mindset, not just to get ready to work for what you needed, but also to connect with him and lead this team like y'all have been here for 4 years?
Yeah, I think both of us kind of internally had a promise. I know I did for myself to bring a championship here. And then when you look at how close we were 2 years back, the year Kawhi got hurt, how close we were. And I didn't want to give everything or leave anything on the table that I could have done more. So I thought it was very important this summer to keep guys connected, stay together, get workouts together. And it was more just off the court stuff. I didn't really care about the on the court stuff. We'll get to that when camp starts. But it was more just getting guys together, being able to laugh. Norm and Rocco was new additions. So kind of wanted to speed them up on the team and make them comfortable from jump. We've been here. This core has kind of been here for years now. And when you look at the teams that win and are very successful, as teams that have been together and gel and connect. And that's kind of where my mindset was this summer. Just stay together, build the chemistry, the camaraderie. And I thought we got a lot out of it. So definitely going into camp tomorrow, I think, we know one another. We know what to expect. We know how to pull the best out of one another. And just iron out any wrinkles we got going forward.
Go ahead.
Hey, BG. Day here with TG Sports. I wanted to ask you, what's the focus going into training camp tomorrow? Like, what are some things you're ready to tell the guys, like, hey, we're going to leave it all on the court this season? And really, from your off season to, training camp, what is, the main focus for you?
I think the main focus for the team, our depth is so good, our team is so deep, that I think we can't take that for granted, the minutes that we get. I think in a way we should have the Team USA approach, where you go hard for those minutes that you get. And if we can do that, that gives T. Lue the ability to keep us fresh, keep the rotation going, But I think really that mindset of Team USA, you take the best guys, and of course, everybody's good in their own teams. Everybody's the star of their own teams. But when you put us all together, it's how do I make you better now, and how do I shine with this environment? And our team is talent-wise, I won't say we would compete with the top Team USA team, but talent-wise, we're pretty special. And so if everybody just, takes their minutes serious, we attack, with 100%. And when we tired, we ask for a break and know that we got somebody behind us coming in to bring that same energy. So I think it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun with this team, and, it should be a lot of good nights being a Clipper fan.
PG, down the middle here. I'm just curious, last week we talked to Lawrence, and he said that when Kawhi went down, the goal was how could we be a better team by the time he comes back?
Mm-hmm.
How did you make that, I guess, if it was a change for you at all, and how do you think you guys are better, besides just the different players you have here? How are you guys better equipped to play for a championship now that Kawhi's back?
I mean, you can't say that without looking at the roster. I mean, our roster has definitely gotten better. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest reason. I think when Kawhi went down, Lawrence's or the team's, Lue's approach of having T-Man play more minutes, Luke play more minutes, Amir get minutes. A lot of our young guys, I think, grew so much when Kawhi went down to where, now if we're faced with obstacles, he's pretty confident in the group. And I think the group is confident in each other, having given those minutes and put in those positions. Last year those guys were in, some tough games. They were in games that came down to the wire, and they won some and they lost some. But I think being put in those positions as a young player, it helps with your confidence going forth, and it helps with your maturation as a player going forward. So I think it was a lot of value. Granted, you don't want to see your best player go down and an injury at all, for that matter. But there was a lot of value, I think, gained from Kawhi being out and myself being out. I think there was a lot of minutes there as well. And then the new guys that came in, Norm and Rocco. I know Norm didn't play as much because of injury as well, but Rocco got a ton of minutes, and we got to see what Rocco looked like. It was almost a gift within the curse. That we were able to see what we have and be proud and happy about when we're healthy, what that would look like.
Gentleman in the back.
Hello, Paul. How you doing back here? My question to you is, as far as your wings go, you all have the ability now with a lot of size on the wings. What's your expectations defensively of what you all can do this season?
I mean, we can switch everything. I think that's the beauty and the scary part about our team now. We can switch everything and still not give up a basket. A lot of times when teams are switching, there's still a weak link that a team would try to isolate and go at. You can't do that with us if we switch. Our speed, our length, our athleticism, and I think just our individual defensive IQ and our hands, quick hands, quick feet across the board. We got guards that rebound like John. I think it's going to be a real problem. And then when we get a stop, we're going to the other end. It's pressure for teams to guard that. If we got a team or a personnel on the court that's all wings, it's tough for teams to have to guard that and match up against that. So it's going to cause some coaches, and it really might transcend the league to where the game might go to 5-out wings on the floor. We could be that kind of team that teams try to emulate because of the success hopefully we have doing it.
Miriam?
Hey, Paul. Welcome back.
Thank you.
What you mentioned sort of your experiences with injuries and having to miss a ton of time and come back. What were the challenges when you came back? Especially, obviously athletes get injured and have to come back, but to come back and have the responsibility of being a leader on the team, and obviously so much is being expected from Kawhi. What is he going to experience, and what would you advise him if you were advising?
I think first and foremost, you're talking about my situation when I came back from my leg injury. I think for me, it was just trusting myself within that injury. I think it was helpful that I played those couple games that season. But for me, it was just being confident that once I step on the floor, it's out of my control. And I can't play scared. I can't play timid. I can't play thinking about, not playing my hardest because I think that's when the injuries occur. But I think for Kawhi, is hopefully he doesn't have to go out there and hopefully with our roster, we put enough around him that, he doesn't have to go for 40 first night or go for 50 or just he can come out at his own pace. He can play at his own pace. We'll all make it as comfortable as possible for him from jump. But I think, honestly, it'll be like a kid in a candy store, just enjoying that feel of running and the atmosphere and, doing what he loves to do. So honestly, I hope it's just not too much pressure on him from an organization standpoint, from a locker room standpoint, that he can go out there, he can just deliver and be himself.
Hey, Paul. How do you think that the league has handled the Robert Sarver situation in Phoenix?
Not as well as they could. I mean, I think it should have been from jump that it's more than a year suspension. You talk about the situation here, and we've been fortunate to change ownership. But I think the way they addressed that, obviously there was a lot more harsher comments and things being said with the situation here. But I just think, regardless of how little or how much you said, there's just no room in our league, in this world, for that matter. We people say, you guys get paid, this amount of money and you guys get this. But that still doesn't mean that, we're not affected by that. And this is coming from the person that you ultimately are playing for and want to win titles for. And so, that should have been a big, I think it was just a slap on the wrist initially. The league should have came down for sure much harder. I think we're fighting now to push that out, and but I think from jump it should have been a no stance on that type of ownership from the jump.
And it was Kelly, right? Okay, let's get Kelly the mic.
Hi, Paul. Kelly with Fox 11. If you could use one word to describe your mindset going into the season, what would it be and why?
One word: focused. Focused. I think understanding the opportunity, the window, and I think that's how I approached everyday training. Was just a focused, locked-in mentality to bring the best out of myself, to get the best out of myself. My window is shrinking to be a champion, and so that's the biggest. I think that's the one word I can say to sum up the mindset going into this year.
Thanks, Kelly, and here in the front, thank you.
Dennis from Compton Bolton. Paul, how would you describe the level of competition in the Western Conference, particularly the Pacific Division?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Obviously, the Warriors, number one, the best team in the league, rightfully so, defending champions. The Lakers, crosstown rivals. Yeah, all right. Obviously the Lakers, the Lakers are the Lakers. They're going to be a challenge. Phoenix, been a top team. Ourselves, SAC is a young up-and-coming team that could give you a rough night. So I think you look at the West overall, every team is going to be a challenge in some way or another, whether it's when we play them, the night we play them, off a back-to-back, or it's just, we just got a handful on that night. Everyone is going to be a challenge. But I think that's what our depth is for. I think that's why our depth is going to be a big piece of how we can survive in those rough, wild, wild west games. But we look forward to the competition. I love being competitive and competing. I'm ready for it.
Paul George, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And we're going to have Robert Covington coming up to the podium next. Just want to make a quick announcement. The Clippers are providing lunch for everyone today, so before you head home today, make sure you stop by the food truck outside. Lunch courtesy of the Clippers. We're going to have Robert Covington and John Wall together.
You got that. You got to do all that. You got that booster seat too. All right, man. You got to do all that. You ain't trying to do all that talking.
Got to get him a comfy chair.
Oh, this is a chair. That chair is a chair.
Yeah, some chairs are better than others. All right, so John and Robert, who wants to start us here? There's the mic.
Bro, about to be up here chilling.
Go ahead.
Hey, John. Shane Young with Forbes Sports. I'm just curious, what have you heard from the guys about Ty and his coaching style and the approach that you'll be going with this year?
I ain't really talked to the guys about it. I just sit back and watch and observe from over the years of him being in Cleveland and him being here. I think he's a hell of a coach. He's a guy that won a championship, knows what it takes. He knows how to challenge his players, don't back away from that. And I think the most important thing is just accept whatever role he give you. Just accept whatever role he give you and just go out there and compete every day. Try to make each other better. Build some team chemistry and some camaraderie.
Nick.
This question is for John Wall. First of all, welcome. Secondly, you talked about earlier just the mental health that you were dealing with, and how much do you feel like that is not only the awareness of it, but also helping other players, including your teammates, to be able to be open about their mental health and making sure that everybody's balanced and ready to go when it's time for them to hit the floor?
I can't really speak for everybody else. I think just for me, if you haven't checked the story out, you should check it out. I think it's dope. I think it help us as black men to go out there and just tuck our pride. I think we are very prideful, and a lot of times we think we can accomplish everything by ourselves until we really hit some reality, and it gets tough. And hopefully my story can help a lot of people and inspire a lot of people to not wait until it's too late. I wish I could have told the story a long time ago, but I didn't go through that until the last couple of years. So people that we have lost to that in the past, you send condolences to them and their family. But hopefully I can help some people that's going through it now and in the near future.
Go ahead, in the front.
Okay. I have two questions, one for both you guys and then one for John. John, do you feel like everything that you've been through, like this gives you the best opportunity to win? Do you have something to prove? And for both of you guys, do you feel like you guys have championship aspirations, and if this isn't it, you may not get another chance like this again?
I'll answer mine, then we can both answer the other one. Yeah, I got a chip on my shoulder. Anybody would. Having played last year and then come back and play this year. But like I said, I'm just happy I get the opportunity to play the game that I love. The basketball is my sanctuary. When I step between those four lines, whatever I go through off the court, I kind of can cancel it out. Like I said, whatever role T. Lue want me to do, I'm willing to accept. The last couple of years, I've matured. I think I'm a better man, a better person. I'm a better father. And whatever my role is on this team, I'm just trying to come over and help them win And we all got an ultimate goal of what we're trying to do. We have Kawhi that has 2 championships. We have Tyronn Lue that has 1 as a coach. And we all a little older in our careers, and that's our ultimate goal, to try to win. So it starts tomorrow, taking every day, every practice like we're a championship team. And hopefully we can get that goal.
I ain't even got to answer. That's you hit that on the head. We, as like you said, we older in our career, we more mature. We done been through a lot, and like you said, you know, the amount of stories on this team and the guys that have the aspirations. We got a leader that's won a championship. We got a head honcho that won 2 championships. Like it's championship DNA in the building. Like it's just enough for us to grasp in on and us to learn and to develop our own, you know, skills and sanctions for everything that we're doing. And we can learn from them guys, and like you said, take every day as a learning lesson and step at the end of the day.
Voice of the Los Angeles Clippers, Brian Seaman.
Thank you, Jamie. This is from Mr. Covington. Robert, you were kind of baptism by fire last year. You came in roughly 20 games. A lot of numbers suggest that you were as important as anybody during the season last year. And that was in a quick kind of turnaround for you. Now that you've had a summer, you've gotten to know the roster, you probably have an even more defined role. Your comfort level going into this year and how you can make a similar impact that you made last year. I don't know if you're going to hit 11 threes in a game again, but I wouldn't mind if you did.
Coming into this new year, this new season. Hi, Reggie. Coming into this
just like old times.
Just like old times. But coming into this season, you know, I can say for these guys that, you know, I watched them put in a lot of work. You know, this summer wasn't my ideal summer. Went through a lot myself. But coming into this last month as I got here, I've been so much at peace and joy that, you know, I've fallen into a different level of love and passion and tapping into a different skill set that I have, that I've realized is that my joy and my upbringing around is so contagious that, you know, I want to make everybody around me better, and by any means necessary, I want to do whatever it takes to win. And, you know, it don't matter. It don't have to be scoring. It don't have to be anything. It's just doing whatever it takes to win. And like you said, that's my role, and that's what, you know, has made me prevalent in this game. And it's what made me a key piece to wherever I've been, you know. So I stay with that mindset, and I stay with, you know, a deeper level of understanding. And now that, you know, I have a deeper purpose, like John touched in on being a father, it's so much more joy to it than, you know, seeing your little one in the stands and watching Daddy do his job.
Let's go, Justin, next.
This is for both of you. You both have been very outspoken about, you know, your individual mental health journeys and the things that you guys have done. Norm mentioned he has a mental health coach. What do you guys think was the turning point for athletes to be more vocal in the mental health side of things, to let people know that you guys are also going through things where, you know, 10, 15 years ago, athletes weren't doing that as much?
Pandemic.
Pandemic for one, and I think also, I don't know why, but just because we make a lot of money and we famous, they think we don't have the same problems regular people got. We still a regular person. In the day, we just wake up and get the opportunity to play the game that we love and make the money to take care of our families, but we still go through the same emotional things y'all go through. And that's one thing. That's one thing I don't think a lot of people understand and a lot of people respect. But I think for me, like just hearing one of my close friends, DeMar DeRozan and Kevin Love, come out and speak on depression, just hearing that, and then also the platform we have with social media. We're able to touch a lot of people. Like, everybody's accessible now because of camera phones and social media. So I think that gave us a platform to go out there and speak on it a little bit more.
Absolutely, because it's a crazy world we living in right now.
Say it twice.
It's a crazy world we living in.
Justin Tomer had his hand up next.
This is for a bit of a two-parter, but first, Rocco, you know, when we spoke to you last during the end-of-season conference, you said winning was a priority heading into free agency. You kind of, you know, nipped that in the bud real quick, signed the extension. What led you to, I guess, signing that deal so quickly, just to move on, I guess?
I mean, the amount of love that I was shown here in a short amount of time, how much the organization accepted me and made it very vocal from top to bottom that they wanted me to come back. Having that security and that feeling behind you, like that makes you want to be a part of it. And like I said, not only organization but team, like people in the city, like all of that played a huge factor in it. And like you said, it's about, to me, I've made a lot of money in my career. That's really good. But it's not about the money. It's about like actually winning. Like at the end of the day, we always want to have that on the back of our resume. We want to be called a champion. So this, I feel like, was the best opportunity. And now that we got another crazy addition in John, that makes us another like decided factor that's gonna be make us more critical as a team and a contender. So all of that plays a huge factor in it. So when me and my agent got to talking, it was no brainer for me.
And John, if I could ask about the open run where you were screaming, "I'm back." Just what led to that kind of reaction in a pickup game? And I guess how excited are you to finally lace up and go out there knowing you're going to play for the first time in a very long time?
I just feel like for my whole career, a lot of people don't give me my respect. And I don't know why. It is what it is. Like I said, I got a chip on my shoulder, but that's not like the reason why I'm happy to be back. Like, I put in a lot of work. Everything I've been through the last 2-3 last years, I don't think a lot of people could have got through that. And true testimony to myself, like I say, my team, my family, my kids, the mother of my kids, just having great people around me. Me maturing as a man, becoming a better father, a better person. But just let the world know, like, you're going to see a dog. Like, that's what you got when you signed me. And I think a lot of people that was there was shocked at what I did. And you seeing that and then seeing it, like Rocco just said, the team that we have here, a lot of great veterans we have here, it can get real scary.
I think Reggie's excited to get up here. I'm excited for that too. John and Robert, Rocco, thank you guys so much. Appreciate your time. Thank you. All right, Reggie. Come on down.
How you doing? Good. Great to see you. Good to see everybody. We ain't been able to do this in a while. What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Good, good.
A little housekeeping. I'm just going to give you the mic flag.
No, okay.
You know.
I should have noticed. One had the Clipper thing on it.
All right, let's get
What's
us
up,
going
Brian?
with Reggie. Oh, he's giving shout outs now.
No, I just see some familiar faces, man. It's good to see everybody.
In the front?
Daryl, what's up, man?
Reggie, Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan used to complain that home games felt like away games. What's your experience at home and playing in front of Clipper Nation?
Oh, no, it's rowdy. It's amazing. The fan support is great. I think Clipper Nation is just, from players and fans, we're all going to be appreciative in 2 more years what Steve's honestly doing. That may be the thing that may feel like a road schedule is the schedule. You know, how many noon games you have, things like that. But we still got to be professionals and we still have to, take on the challenge of what's presented in front of us. But since I've been here, since before the pandemic, that 11-game stretch, and since like I said, coming back and fans getting back in the building, it's been amazing. The fan support. We always got our own personal mascot right here, the guy who carries the whole arena. I've heard him for 8+ seasons before I got here. Clipper Daryl, we all know what he does for the fan base, what he does for our team, and our spirit. And then, with Chuck, what he's been doing with how many more celebs we've been getting. T. Lue's calm demeanor. I think he's inviting for celebs and fans and all. And of course, things have definitely changed when you get 2 of the best players in the league, and Paul and Kawhi. So I feel like the Clippers have been building it, and the fans have been amazing. And like I said, if you build it, they'll come. So the rest of us showed up after the pairing of those 2 showed up, and I think Clifford Darrell's been building something special here for decades, being a lead fan. So we hope to have this place rocking. Crypto now, RP Staples, and then in the future, we hope to have the new arena into it rocking. But we're just excited. We're always excited to play in front of our fans. I'm excited to see how many faces y'all are in here. Like, I know it's still new, a little different from the pandemic, but not as many masks. Just seeing people. I mean, socially distanced, I understand. People are just, it's been inviting. It's been welcoming for me. Like, I feel like a kid in the candy store. I'm always happy to see y'all. Happy to see all the faces, all the personalities, and it's been a blast. And yes, we have one of the best fan bases in sports.
All right, that's it for Reggie. Just kidding. No.
I appreciate it.
Let's go Jim Hill next, please.
Reggie, Jim Hill, how are you, man? Besides fundamentals, great talent, and dedication to the game, it seems like to you, fun is a very important part of being successful. If it is, explain why.
It definitely is. I remember some of my early years. OKC, we just had fun. We were very talented, but we enjoyed each other, had fun. Some tough years in Detroit. We let the season kind of dictate things. Great bunch, camaraderie was good, but we kind of let like I said, the season dictated the day-to-day of how, if it was a good win or a bad loss, like that's what dictated. So going through my injuries and my time, I think, in Detroit and just my whole career so far, when I came here, year 10, that was the biggest thing to me. Like, when I re-signed up after the bubble year and after the pandemic, me and my brother sat down and everything was about just appreciating the game, like being appreciative, remembering, same way I think. And it reminded me to wake up the same way, as every day is somebody today. Unfortunately, we all know didn't wake up today, so I count that as my first blessing. Another blessing is I get to do something I love to do. I've never worked a day in my life. I have a kid's job. I play a kid's game for a living. I'm able to take care of my family. I know we do have stressors. We have things that hit us in life, especially, Rocco and John touched on. There's definitely a mental health aspect to it, but I think I just took it as the half empty, half full. And that's how I kind of started to approach life again, started approaching this game is whether perspective is, if it's half, it's my perspective. And it's always my intent. So I believe that's one of the biggest things in this life is intent is kind of, that's all I can try to measure is you don't know the results. You never know what's going to happen. But if I intend to do something well, then I can live with that result. So it's all about the process. I enjoy the process. I enjoy, like I said, waking up. I enjoy the tribulations of the game. I enjoy the down times, the hard moments of life. Like, they suck while you're going through them, but like I enjoy them because it lets me know I'm alive. And that's the biggest thing is to always remind myself I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I'm still kicking. And from there, I can accomplish and achieve anything.
Go ahead.
Hey, Reggie. Hey, Anthony Grieve from ABC7. You obviously seem excited for this season. What makes you so excited? And would you say this is the deepest team you've been a part of in your career?
I know, that's crazy. I'm excited because, I'm excited just because I'm excited to be back in this building. Like I said, I'm excited to do what I love to do again. I'm excited that's a new season that guys allowed me to be here so far healthily, allowed me to be here. Amazing group and amazing organization, honestly. I don't know how many owners are showing up at Media Day, and hopefully y'all got to witness that, got a glance of it. Steve Ballmer's over here. I'm not sure if he took pics or not, but he's definitely walking through the stations. He's definitely amping us up. And just how, his humility and his inviting spirit, how happy he is. And I think he's a beacon of light a lot of times as he reminds people that this life isn't about enjoyment. Like, I know we can look at, his monetary success and everything he has in this world, but the biggest thing is, I believe, is his spirit, and I think his spirit has carried him to be in a position that he is. So I always look to him, kind of try to mirror that, but really just excited about how deep we are as a team. Definitely the deepest team that I've been a part of, and which is scary to say. I played with 3 MVPs at the same time, so that's still crazy. Played with Serge, another, at the time, a champion, Perk. I can name countless guys on the roster that I played with in OKC, and that team was pretty deep. But in terms of our depth, guys' accomplishments, having positions filled, having length, having guys that the maturation level that we're at, and hopefully it continues through the season. It'll show because we know we're going to have our ups and downs. We know things are going to be thrown at us. We know that the season's not easy, but I think just where guys are at age-wise and mentally, and hopefully we get to show a level of maturity this year because we know we have so much talent. We know it could be anybody's night. We know Coach is going to put in a great system for us to play, but that's going to be the fun part is dealing with the ups and downs of the season and dealing with some guys having success some nights, other guys having tough nights, it flip-flopping here and there. Some guys might be riding a wave of success. Some guys might be riding a wave of what they feel is subpar play, but can we stay the course? Can we continue to encourage each other? Can we be happy for the next guy while picking yourself up? Like, I've been sitting up probably for a month talking with my brother about this. Like, that's part of the excitement too, is to know that on paper that a lot of people are probably choosing us and it looks good on paper, but there have been many teams like that in the history of the game. So it's always the fun part is the process of it. And I can't wait. I honestly can't wait till I'm enjoying this media right now, but like I'm excited to get on the plane to see where people sit, where seats are at, what activities is going on. If Moose is doing the right job, like if he's picked up everything that he needs to. So I'm waiting to see all these personalities mesh, and I think that's what has me so excited.
Brian.
What kind of leads me to my question. Could you break down the leadership with his team? Is that from where I sit, there are teams that have no leaders sometimes. There's teams that have one leader. I look at this team, you've got PG taking on maybe an extended role that we haven't seen maybe in years past. You've got Kawhi leading by example. I have you as kind of the spiritual, emotional leader. I've got Nicholas Batum as kind of the wise old man. The benefits of having that that's where I sit. I don't know how it is in that locker room. The benefits that you have and kind of what you were just touching on, how everybody meshes together, your view of that leadership and how it helps this team.
Nah, you're with us all year. You've seen it. You could tell. So you touched on it perfectly. I think for us who've been here the last couple of years, it's been great. It's been fun to grow with this group since my time being here, to watch us all grow. Maturity level, to see on things of us having summer camps working out, Paul taking on, that leadership, getting guys together, making sure guys are working out, making sure we're ready to go. Kawhi always going to be the hardest worker always. He's, like you said, by example, but his voice, he's using more. I know people got to see a little more even when he was in Toronto and since time being here, but he's become, interestingly enough, a vocal leader for us. And he just, he implements himself when need be, says the right things at the right times. We have Marcus, it's going to be fun bringing in John. We got guys who are veterans. And even Norm, he's been more vocal this summer. Terrence is coming into his own. Like you said, myself, my whole thing is to wake up happy and just to bring happy spirits to the group. And, try to keep as much negativity away from us as possible. But, when we have leaders, like I said, at the very top and Steve Ballmer, and then you got guys like Lawrence Frank, when you have Michael Winger, when you have Tyronn Lue over here, he's already checking in on Zoo, making things are good. Like him flying out to see Nico, him being in constant touch with Zoo, reaching out to me here and there. It's like it starts for us as top to bottom. And I think with the great leaders that we have in our front office, great leaders that we have, coaches, they've encouraged us and it's allowed us to grow into our own a little more. And I think it's going to be a collective whole. Like that's the thing is, we're not forcing anybody to lead. We're just, the biggest thing I think here is we force you to be yourself. Like that is one thing. We want everybody here to be unforgivingly themselves. And I think once you start doing that, you kind of, everybody leads in their own way and they lead in a different aspect. And that's been the biggest thing that I think I've gotten to see out of our group of guys this summer, and especially being here in the gym a lot with the young guys, is like, already seen their maturation level, already seen them not afraid to get on guys. I'm going to my 12th year. I got guys like Terrence and Amir calling me out on my BS at times. So, you definitely don't want to throw the veteran card out there, but I'm like, oh, snap. Okay, yeah, I was slacking. Oh, I do feel good. Like, you don't feel just like you can't say anything anymore. Like, you have skin in the game, so you know what it looks like, and that's the biggest thing is I think it's going to be fun. Of course, the guys coming back, we're going to have to figure out how to implement them in. Coach going to do a great job with it, and I'm looking for to see the maturity level of the young guys as well, so I just can't wait to see it all mesh.
This is the last one.
Hi, Reggie Adam Oslin, Brian Siemens' personal assistant. No, actually, I'm with AM 570 LA Sports. I was wondering, what is it about this organization that's been kind of a rejuvenation station for players who have been counted out over the years? Yourself, Batum, Rocco, and now people are expecting the best to be brought out of John Wall as well. How do they do that here?
Sorry, me and Zoo. You already know Zoo. You. Love you though. I think like I said, the biggest thing I'll probably say is being unforgiving. All right, Marcus, my fault. Marcus is going to come jump on me. No, it's just I think the biggest thing that people revamp themselves here is top to bottom, like I said, a great organization. They're making sure they're taking care of things for you physically, so medically, training table, all that, food. We have top-notch everything, but the biggest thing is that man over there, T. Lue's walking by. But I think, like I said, this organization, they kind of force you to be unforgiving yourself. And when we do that, they've done a great job of vetting everybody out and putting a great group together. But even from Mook, that's funny, when I first got here, us playing together in Detroit, he was harping on me, cussing me out, I know, early in my first year about just being myself. And same with Paul. And I think that's where a lot of our success is coming to that. They're going to force you. This group's going to force you to be yourself. They're going to force you to work your way into the group, and then we're going to accept you for who you are. But the first thing normally when you get here is everybody wants to figure out who you really are, and they're going to make you be you. But Big Brother Mook said I got to go, so it's been fun with y'all, and y'all have a great one. See y'all soon.
Reggie Jackson. All right, good to see you, Reg. We're going to have Marcus Morris Sr. and Ivica Zubac together. So we need the other mic, please.
This side, man. Whichever side that.
They were checking on something, on technical things. So let's make sure we're good. That's good. Multi-talented. Okay, who wants to get started with Zoo and Mook? Law.
Well, Murray at The Athletic. Good to see you guys. I guess it's a related question for both of you guys. Marcus, last 2 years, you had shortened off seasons. Not the case. Like, you look great this summer from what I was able to see, but definitely want to see you speak on that. And for Zoo, we just saw you playing like 2 weekends ago. Just want to know how Eurobasket went for you, your experience there, and what you can take into this season from that.
This probably was the longest offseason I had in my career, honestly. And I think it really, really helped me. I had some time to, just reflect, think, and, get my body to rest. And I feel good, man. Lost some weight.
I don't feel like I stopped ever since last season and played a lot of games this summer. I think it was good for me to prepare myself to get in a good shape to the training camp. Eurobasket was a great experience, different kind of game, and looking forward to the season. That's it.
In the front.
Day here with TG Sports. I just wanted to ask you guys, what's something that you guys are going to focus on this season as a team?
Winning the championship. I can't really. It's not really too much to say. You know what I mean? We all been in the NBA for a while. We are all familiar with each other, and our new additions is going to help us. And I think that's about it. I can't.
Yeah, whatever Mook said. I think we know each other for a while now. We know what we were good at. We know what we were missing, and we got some new guys. And hopefully we just stay healthy. I think that's the biggest key for us.
Can you guys hear Zoo okay? Okay. Tomer?
Sure. One for each of you. Marcus, entering year 12, what do you work on this offseason? How do you take your offseason?
I was chasing my sons around for a nice amount of time. Just working on my flexibilities, trying to stay in shape. Working on my knee a lot, and this is the best I've felt in a long time. I'm dunking now, so I feel good about that.
And, I'm just excited, man. I'm going to be the best three-point shooter in the league this year, one of the best leaders, and just excited to, to help the team.
Hello? Oh, chasing kids was the agility part of that?
Yeah, man. I got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they active, very active. So, I was up early. They kind of start my workout every morning, so, it was pretty cool for me.
Dude, how are you feeling after your basketball? I know you maybe tweaked something, and do you anticipate being ready for opening night?
Yeah, feel good, man. Feel like I'm in a good shape. Rolled my ankle a little bit, but everything feels good now. I'll for sure be ready for the opening night. I should be ready for tomorrow. So I think there's not going to be any problems with that.
Hey guys, for Zoo, your experience at Eurobasket, how do you feel that experience can help you as you get ready into this season? Because I believe it was the first time you played Eurobasket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like that experience will help translate over to this year?
I mean, it's just like playing with the guys and playing for the coach that see the game a little differently than over here. The game is completely different. It's a lot harder to play like with there's no spacing. There's everyone packs the paint, so it's just like I don't know. There's not much in game that I can take from there since it's such a different game. But I think just kind of being one of the main guys on the team, I think that helped me a little bit with my confidence and going into this season.
Miriam?
Hey guys, welcome back. Kawhi is coming back this year. How excited are you guys to play with him again? What are you expecting that to be like? And Reggie was saying that he's kind of become more of a vocal leader. Is that something you guys witnessed as well?
Two coming back is going to be, special for the Clippers, and also PG, man. I don't think a lot of people talking about, what P has done in the summer. He's dealt with a lot of injuries last year, and I'm just excited to have them both back. I think it's gonna be a special year for us. I know they're excited. I know K's, he's ready to go, and P's ready to go, and adding John, the Reggie thing. I'm gonna let Zoo answer that.
Did Reggie say that about himself or Kawhi? I didn't understand it. I mean, yeah, it's. I haven't been here a lot this summer. I was overseas, so I don't know what they had going on over here. But we'll see. Ask me in a week or two.
Right on. And look, just any thoughts on Kansas football?
Hey, 4-0, man. We going. They're doing a great job over there. I think it started with us just winning the championship in basketball, and it just carried over. You know how that go. It's that winning effect.
Andrew.
Hey guys, Kawhi had mentioned earlier that he's excited to be done with rehab for the most part. He's back on the court. I'm just curious what you guys, having been around him since that first year together, like what you've seen the last 15 months during that rehab process, watching him go through that. Anything stand out to you about what he was like going through that?
I think the first part is, just you could tell how bad he wanted to get back out there, and wanting to play and just being around, the fellas and, just getting that feel back. I think you going from an injury like that and just having to take so much time off, like you said, 15 months, I think as a player, that's tough, and I think guys was able to, to keep him in, to keep him feeling like he was a part of it and shit. He came back, he's looking great, his body looking great, and I'm excited to see what he does.
Farbad.
I got a question for both of you guys. Last season, Luke was the number one three-point shooter. You mentioned you want to do it this season. Marcus, is there a little bit of competition between you guys? And Zoo, are you going to join that this year and finally be able to shoot threes?
There's no competition. Luke is a great shooter, though. He's a tremendous shooter. He could be number 2. I'll take number 1. Or we can be, we can make sure even up, we both could be number 1. I'm not worried about that.
And Tyronn Lue is right over there, so I think, when you get a chance to ask him, it's out of my hands.
Hey, Zoo, how do you feel about the Wall connection, the John Wall connection with you in the pick and roll? Do you think that's going to give you and the team a different dynamic, with his speed and his burst and able to get you some open shots?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been doing that with big guys for his whole career, and he's really great at it. So I'm looking forward to the training camp, to the beginning of the season, to see, just to work with him, just to have someone that I can play.
I speak for him. Hell yeah, it's gonna be a great connection. I know both players. John is amazing. He's a great passer. Zoo is one of the best big finishers we got in the NBA. So I think it's a match made in heaven.
Appreciate it.
Got your back. Kelly?
Hi, Zoo. Can you talk to us about your off season, and for both of y'all, what matchups are you looking forward to most in this upcoming season?
I mean, after the season, I took a little time off, and I was back with a national team doing had a camp, had some qualifying games for the World Cup, and then after that, I came back to I went to PG's wedding, and then came back to LA for about 2 weeks to work out and do a little mini camp with the guys, and went back to the Europe, joined the national team for a 4-week camp, and did a Eurobasket. Got a few days of rest after that, and came back over here. So that's pretty much it.
I didn't do that much. I stayed in Florida for a while. Like I said, chased my kids around and just worked out. That was about it. Yeah.
Hey, Marcus and Ivica. This is Chris with the Backstage Sports. For both of you guys, Ivica, with you being the only big man on the roster, how important is it for you to stay out of foul trouble? And then Marcus, when he does get in foul trouble, how comfortable are you in sliding into the 5 to go against some of these bigs? Because there's some bigs on the West.
I think Muck can do it for sure. But no, I'm excited, man. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. And it's just I'll have to stay out of foul trouble. But I think after 6 or 7 years in the league, I'm experienced now. I know what the refs are looking at, and I got to know my matchups well, what they like to do. So I think it's going to be big for me to stay on the floor. But in case I'm not, I'm comfortable with Muck, Nico, and Rocco. Getting some minutes at the 5.
I think we just gonna be a tough team to defend. A tough team to figure out. Slide me, Nico, or Rocco to the 5. I mean, just unorthodox. I'm excited. Offensively, I don't see how you match up with that, but it's gonna be exciting to see.
Right over here, for Marcus. You said you dropped some weight. What weight are you at right now, and how do you feel like that's gonna impact your play on the court?
Just try to be a little quicker. I'm getting a little older. Dropped about 10 pounds. Shut it, before training camp. I actually didn't do the last 2 years of training camp because I had knee issues, and I wanted to, just try something different. So, I just cut down my weight, and, my knee just started feeling better. So, trying to stay with it. And, like I said, I want to get some dunks this year. I don't think I had any last year. So, that's one of my goals, to get some dunks, just some. I'll leave the rest of them to big fella.
Guys back here. Reggie spoke about Ty Lue's calm demeanor. Obviously, you guys have multiple rosters, multiple nights last year. What is it about Ty Lue's demeanor and the way he coaches you all that you feel allows him to get the best out of every man on the team?
I think it's more just his confidence. He's been around for a while, and guys respect him. He demands respect in the room. He demands you to listen to what he's saying, and there's really no pressure with him. He puts the plays up there, and he gives us the understanding of how he is as a coach, as a man, and we all built good relationships with him outside of basketball, and I think that's major, just having a relationship with your players and things like that. And Ty Lue is Ty Lue, man. He's swag, confidence, and calm. So it makes it easier for the players to understand him and then play for him.
All right, Ivica and Marcus, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you. this unbranded box. No reason for it to be there. We got one more coming. Uno más, uno más. Yeah. Okay. So we've got head coach Tyronn Lue will be next, and that will end our media day availability. Okay. All right, so let's get this one started. Tyronn Lue is our last guest. Tomer, you had your hand up first. Here we go.
How you doing, Ty?
I'm doing great.
Good to hear. First off, this is probably your longest offseason as a coach in a long time. How did you kind of, how did you take that? What did you do? How did you kind of better yourself this offseason?
It was tough, Tomer. I mean, like you said, never being off for this long and not making the playoffs as a coach. And so just had a lot of ideas, a lot of different things that I thought we could work on, but it was like all over the place. Like you just got so much stuff and you don't know how to kind of put it together. It's kind of hard to put it together because you got so many ideas. But I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about our team, about, we got done and probably a week later, everybody was in the gym working out, trying to get ready for this season. So it just tells you a lot about our team and what we believe in and how hard these guys work every single day. So it's been tough, but now I'm ready to get back going.
About yourself during that time off?
To be more patient. I think not to be so hard on myself because I'm my biggest critic. I think you always have room to grow and improve. And so just being able to take some time away from the game and kind of understand myself, kind of understand some different things I can do. Trying to find a release instead of when the season starts, just diving straight in and staying down until it's time to come back up. And so it's been great, but it's been a long off season, and I'm ready to get back going again.
Jim.
Yeah, Ty, when we're listening to some of your other players earlier today, you have a mixture of really wonderful personalities. And knowing your personal background in coaching and in playing, you played on teams that had a mixture of great personalities. How big a part do personalities play in winning a championship?
It's huge. I think you have different guys, like you said, with different personalities, which makes a team and makes a family. And so everybody's not going to be the same. If it was, it'd be boring, And so we have a mixture of great guys and different personalities, but they're all great guys, great human beings. And that's what's important, having a mixture, having guys that do different things, believe in different things, but can come to one common ground, and that's winning. And our team is all about that.
Sorry, I think you had your hand up next. Let's go, Andrew, since you're standing right there. Andrew and then Kelly. Behind you. There we go.
You'd mentioned this summer that you really want to make sure that your message in the preseason to the guys was, look, we know we have Kawhi and PG back, but we have to put in the work to make this thing come to fruition. What did you see from the 5.5 months of off-season work that maybe leads you to think that guys are following that?
Well, they definitely put the work in, like you said, Andrew. And a week and a half after we, got finished playing, guys were in the gym working on their body, working on their game. I thought it was a little too long, a little too early to get started, but that just showed their dedication. And like I talked about this summer with you, like it's not going to happen because Kawhi's coming back healthy or PG's coming back. We still have to put the work in and then go from there. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a process because we have a deep team with 11, 12 guys that deserve to play, and we know we can't play that many guys every night. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but we're up for the challenge, and I'm excited about the group we have.
Good afternoon. When the NBA schedule was released and you saw the first matchup of the season is an away game against the Lakers, what was your reaction to that?
I kind of figured that. The NBA's smart. They know how to get the ball rolling right away, and what better game than playing against the Lakers? So I expected it.
Hey, Ty, you've got these 2 games in Seattle. Why is it important to play those games in Seattle, and what are you hearing about that city's NBA future?
I don't know about the NBA future. I just knew that, going there, Chauncey, the Portland's team, their owner lives in Seattle, and then, of course, Mr. Balmer lives in Seattle. And it's a city I liked, and I haven't been back since, I played there in 2008, I think it was. And so just being able to go back there and, Mr. Balmer and kind of see his offices and how he lives, and Chauncey getting a chance to see his owner, and then being with my best friend, I thought it would be a great common ground. So I'm excited to go there.
Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Chris with the Backpage Sports. 2 questions for you, if you don't mind. What do you think will be the strength of this team, and what type of pace are you guys looking to play at?
Strength, I think, is going to be our numbers. I think our numbers would be considered our strength because we have a lot of guys that can step in and play, and our younger guys who got a lot of experience last year are playing in big games, having big minutes down the stretch, and they was able to produce and perform. And so that's going to be huge for us. And what was your second question?
What type of pace are you? What type of pace are you looking to focus on playing this year?
I think with John, adding John, his pace is tremendous, and that's going to allow us to get easy baskets. Guys get open threes, easy shots. Him getting downhill, getting to the basket, changed our team dramatically. And so with his pace and the way he plays, brings a different dimension to our team.
1 second, let's go here first.
Hey, Coach. Day here with TG Sports. I just want to ask you, what's the focus for training camp and for the season?
I think the style of play, or how we need to play to be successful. I don't think it's about plays, right now, this early in the process. I think it's about how we take advantage of switching, how we take advantage of double teams, how we take advantage of different coverages, blitzes, and things like that. And so when you know how to play, then you can add the plays, because when it happens, you already know how to play. And so that's going to be our main focus to start camp.
Home?
Hey, Ty, 2 things. First, Lawrence had said that Kawhi is cleared for everything. What's the plan with Kawhi as far as how much you see him practicing and playing in the preseason?
May I get a water, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh,
That's it.
I'm thirsty. Me and Tomer at the same time.
Oh, you guys are in sync already. That's special.
I'm ready on.
Okay. Lawrence has said that Kawhi is cleared for everything, but how much do you see Kawhi practicing and playing in the preseason? What's your plan there?
I really don't know. We got to be smart about the situation, about the process. We know he feels great, which is great news and great to hear. But we got to listen to Kawhi's body. We got to listen to the medical staff and make sure we're doing the right thing, for Kawhi. And so, like I said, but the great news is that he feels great. And so we'll know tomorrow. We get a better gauge on how he feels when he goes through different scenarios, different situations on the floor, and then we just kind of gauge it day by day.
Seen from PG this summer, and what are your expectations for him this season?
Oh, he's playing great basketball. I think the biggest thing for PG was his leadership this year of getting guys together, off-site, getting guys going playing at different gyms, taking the guys down to San Diego this summer. So just taking that leadership role of just, getting guys together, making sure we're all on the same page and making sure that everyone felt comfortable. And so PG's done a great job with that.
The voice of the Los Angeles Clippers, Brian Seaman.
Thank you again, Jamie. So, hi, Ty. Good to see you again. You have the best problem a coach could have, and that is a lot of players that can really play. Tell me, when does it start for you to talk to the players that maybe aren't going to get the minutes that they probably deserve, and how much do you lean on your leaders to help deliver that message as well?
It started yesterday. But you never know. Like, you can go through camp, something can happen, God forbid, but just all of our guys being ready. And I think, you're going to hear me say it time and time again, it's just sacrifice. And our team has shown over the years that they do sacrifice. And, we can't play 11 and 12 guys every night, like I said earlier. So guys got to sacrifice minutes, got to sacrifice games, sacrifice touches, shots. And so if we want to be successful, we want to win, those are the things we have to do.
Did it help at all that probably going into the season that back-to-backs will be available for some of those players? Does it help that sales pitch for you?
I don't know. I think, as a player and as a competitor, you always want to play. That's how it is. And you wouldn't want guys on your team that didn't want to play, So we just got to make sure we bring everybody along and just let them know the truth. And I think the biggest thing is just communication, just communicating to these guys, letting them know, when you have opportunity to play, when you're going to sit. And so long as you have that communication, you have that dialogue, I think it makes it a lot easier.
Did you have any Casey's Pizza this summer? The most
No,
hard
I didn't.
What?
No, I'm sorry. I know. I didn't get any.
the important questions. Justin?
Hey, Ty, good to see you again. When we talked to you at various points throughout last season, you know, because of roster turnover due to COVID, due to injuries, you name it, you weren't able to use as much of the playbook as you wanted. You kind of just had to roll the ball out there and let guys figure it out. But the team returned 13 players from last year. Do you think that continuity kind of helps guys pick up things a little bit faster, whereas if there's a little bit more turnover, they might not?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think the new addition with, you know, with John, and I think Norm, you know, only playing, you know, 4, 5, 6 games last year. I think those two guys will have to catch up a little bit more, but having the same, you know, group of guys for, you know, 2.5, 3 years has been great for us. And so it's kind of difficult because when you have a team this talented with so much talent, did you give them a lot more or did you give them less and let them play? So it's going to be my job and our coaching staff just to make sure we give them the right amount of things to do and what's too much and what's not enough and kind of go from there.
Marcus mentioned that his knee feels good. Zoo talked about his ankle feeling fine. Kawhi talked about being ready to go tomorrow. Is there anybody who can't start off tomorrow that you know of, injury-wise?
Everybody be ready.
And Law is the last question.
Well, Murray at the Athletic. Ty, good to see you, man. When you look at what you were looking at for training camp this week, you got practices, you have a game on Friday. What do you want to see from this team? You talk about competition, not just for starting spots, rotation spots, but just to even be on this team. You got a guy like Moses who is your only 7-footer, but he's not guaranteed.
I can't really hear you, Law.
What are you trying to see?
There you go. I'm
just
sorry.
trying to get my mask off, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you.
But what are you trying to see just collectively and specifically for some guys as far as the competition that you need to see going into this week?
I think our whole team's full of competitors. And so we know that the situation where we got a lot of guys that, you know, deserve to play, but they're not going to be able to play every single night. So the competition is going to be great. I'm more so, you know, just worried about our focus. Like, just make sure we're focused every single day, having playoff and championship practices every single day, and having that mindset, you know, just coming in that understand that, you know, it's going to be, you know, training camp, you know, especially for veteran guys, is tough to do because it's all stuff you start over from day one and just kind of going through the, you know, everything we got to get in. But you can't get bored with the process. And so just having our focus and not getting bored with the process is going to be one of my main focuses going into camp.
Tyronn Lue, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, that's going to do it for Clippers Media Day availability. Don't forget the Clippers have provided lunch. They are in food trucks outside, so make sure you grab something to eat before you head home. Thank you all for coming.